And if we must be out of order to get justice, if we must be out of order to get fairness, if we must be out of order to lift those who've been pushed to the bottom, to the top of the conversation in the State House, then that's what we'll do. But one thing we won't do is ever quit. We will never quit. We will never quit. We will never quit.
Hey there, welcome to AC 24/7. I'm your host, Lamar Baldwin. That rally cry will likely be heard again Monday in Tennessee. Tennessee's House of Representatives has expelled 2 black Democratic lawmakers from the legislative body. They staged a protest on the House floor demanding gun reform. Now the expulsion is being met with harsh criticism from Nashville to Washington and all through the civil rights community. The Advocate Channel's Emily Schmidt reports.
I hereby declare the House of Representatives of the 113th General Assembly now in session.
The House had expelled just 2 members since the 1860s. This time, 3 were up for a vote in just one day: Gloria Johnson, Justin Jones, and Justin Pearson. Last week, the 3 lawmakers disrupted House business to protest what they saw as gun control in action, just days after the 3 9-year-old students and 3 adults were shot and killed at school. The Covenant School is only about 9 miles from the Capitol. The political distance about how to address gun violence appears greater.
This is not a political issue, it's a child issue.
We stand with the Tennessee Free.
Republicans said the Democrats broke several rules of decorum and procedure.
When things break down where we cannot continue to create and discuss ideas, this is where we get to.
1 week ago, we had members take it upon themselves to rush the well and stop the people's business.
At no point did we encourage violence.
We were advocating for people who have been murdered in our communities.
Justin Jones lost his vote, as did Justin Pearson. Gloria Johnson narrowly survived.
Gloria, why do you feel like there was a difference in the outcome between you and Pauly?
I will answer your question. It might have to do with the color of our skin.
As the State House majority told 2 now former colleagues to take their leave. I'm Emily Schmidt, reporting.
Outside the chamber, young demonstrators staged what's known as a die-in, laying on the ground in protest of the actions happening inside of Tennessee State House. Representatives Justin Pearson and Justin Jones' pictures have both been pulled from the directory of the House of Representatives on the Tennessee General Assembly website. Now it's up to the county commissioner and their counties to appoint a replacement until a special election can be held. After the historic vote, the expelled lawmakers gathered outside the State House with supporters. They're promising not to give up on their fight for gun reform.
This extreme tactic to expel us and to try to humiliate us has only put a spotlight of the world on Tennessee. And so I will go back because fighting for the future, I'm 27 years old, fighting for the future that I want to live in, that I want my children to live in, it's worth whatever sacrifice that we have to give, whether it's being expelled, whether it's being in a hostile environment, because I want to create a community that our young people cannot just survive, but they can thrive and flourish.
Even though both men lost their vote in the House, one of the 3 Democrats up for expulsion got to keep their seat. Representative Gloria Johnson was 1 vote away from being expelled. When asked why she felt she was spared, she says the answer should be obvious.
I think it's pretty clear I'm a 60-year-old white woman, and they are 2 young black men. In listening to the questions and the way they were questioned and the way they were talked to, I was talked down to as a woman, mansplained to, but it was completely different from the questioning that they got. And this whole idea that, why, that you have to almost assimilate into this body to be like us.
There has been an immediate outpouring of support for Jones and Pearson from the White House and civil rights leaders. On April 4th, the nation marked the 55th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination in Memphis, Tennessee. His son, Martin Luther King Jr. III, noted that both lawmakers are 27 years old. That's the same age Martin Luther King Jr. was when he led the march from Selma to Montgomery. King says the expulsion shows racism now is still very real.
Well, that seems to be absolutely crystal clear, and it shows the tragic divide. In 2023, we're still dealing with racism. My dad wanted to eradicate, he said, from our nation the issues of poverty, or racism, and violence. Racism is still very real, whether it's in Tennessee or whether it's in Georgia or whether it's in New York City. It does not matter where it is. We've got to eradicate this evil. You know, Dad used to say darkness cannot put out darkness. Only light can do that. So we continue to try to address issues by acting as if they don't exist. These are very, very real, but it's wonderful to see communities of young people coming together. Young people, this is why these young legislators were able to stand up, because it was young people in the community of Tennessee, of Nashville, and around the nation who are saying, listen, we are sick and tired of this. This is not right.
There are no longer any black representatives serving in the state of Tennessee. Vice President Kamala Harris met with the two men Friday, and President Joe Biden is calling their expulsion shocking. In a statement, the president said, quote, rather than debating the merits of the issue, these Republican lawmakers have chosen to punish, silence, and expel duly elected representatives of the people of Tennessee. A highly sought-after tutor is assigned to help a billionaire's son from their New York waterfront estate. But what should be a simple job gets very complicated. The son soon becomes obsessed with his tutor. Garrett Hedlund stars in the new movie, The Tutor. The Advocate Channel's Rachel Smith gives us a sneak peek in her talk with the star.
They're offering you $2,500 a day. Details are sparse, but it's definitely VIP.
You must be Sir Jackson.
You must be Ethan.
Let's try a practice test. We'll see how you do.
By the way, thank you for this thriller. I love a good, it's almost hard to talk about it because there's so much twists and turns. Although I know if there were tutors out there like you, I would have purposely failed a few more subjects.
Oh, this is, I mean, you know, when other tutors out there see this film, that, you know, I won't be surprised if there's a multitude that just say, shit, that's just another Tuesday for me. They call that a thrill ride.
What's your dad do?
I'm not allowed to say.
What about your mom?
How's work?
Well, the kid's giving me sort of a strange vibe.
I don't know, this kid has given me a strange vibe. Not a Stranger Things vibe, but a strange vibe.
Yeah. That's it. Nearly a throwback for old Noah. Look, he's got a wonderful head on his shoulders. It was wonderful shooting this film with Noah. He's a tremendous actor. I mean, you know, working with him, I just had to sit back and watch. It's wonderful to see everybody's reaction on this film. I'm very proud of The Tutor. I'm proud it's getting a theatrical release. That's quite the rarity these days, and so excited for everybody to go and watch it in the theater, and you know, to have the psychological thriller experience in the theater.
Yes, and I agree too. When you see the theater, everybody, it's like a collective experience where you're kind of all gasping and second guessing together, and then the reveals come. It's more of a fun shared experience.
Yeah, and it's just not the same, you know, for a thriller when you say, oh, it's one that really keeps you on the edge of the couch.
I've never given that quote as a critic. I've never given that quote. So it doesn't.
Never given that quote either, you know, would just, you know, just came to me.
Thank you for joining us for AC 24/7. For more content that advocates to you, go to advocatechannel.com and make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For the Advocate Channel, I'm Lamont Baldwin.